Every twin flame journey has this universal truth. Your twin flame is your perfect mirror. When they trigger you, they're not attacking you, they're showing you the part of you that's still needing love. This is why the mirror exercise is so powerful. It transforms pain into peace and separation into union. It's simple but profound because it turns every upset into an opportunity to go inward. Instead of blaming your person, you reflect the upset back to yourself, discovering the unmet need within. It's the opposite of denying how you feel. It's about giving your heart the love that it's craving from you first. So what does it mean that your twin flame is your perfect mirror? Well, they will reflect everything back to you that's in your consciousness. They will show you what you're genuinely choosing, even on the subconscious levels, especially on those deeper levels that we might not be aware of. They will show you all your darkness and your light. They will show you all the places where you haven't healed, which is why it don't feel good to come together too early on the journey. And they'll also show you all the love you've already given yourself, amplified 1,000,000%. And knowing this, it can really shift the way you respond to triggers, because every time your person triggers you, they're bringing your attention to a new place, maybe that you didn't know about until now, where you've been crying out for love. So you can bring love to that place, and only you can do this. Your twin flame can't do it for you before you've done it for yourself. But the sooner you do it for yourself, the sooner your twin flame can amplify that love reflected back to you. When you stop seeing conflict as against you and start seeing it as something that's happening for you, it's actually super empowering, because every upset, every trigger becomes the very steps to union, because every upset feeling that you heal with the mirror exercise, so that you dissolve the bad feeling and come to a state of peace, even if it's just very briefly, that's another step closer to union that you've taken. And then you take the next step, and the next, and the next. Your upsets are the way to union. Your feelings are the gateway to your heaven on earth with your one true love. So don't shy away from any bad feelings. They're here to help you. So key to doing this is identifying an upset when it arises. The signs that you're being triggered will be blindingly obvious, because it's going to feel bad. If it's an old familiar feeling of rejection or abandonment or unlovedness or not good enough or anything like that, there's the opportunity to go deeper. It's absolutely crucial to not suppress or run from that feeling. You don't want your twin flame to mirror you running from your feelings by running from you. That's how the mirroring works. And the more you feel your feelings, not to suffer with them, not to sit in them, but to release them and to replace that feeling with unconditional self-love, the quicker you'll progress on your road to union. The more you can feel your feelings and not avoid them, the better. And the first step of the mirror exercise is really helpful for identifying the upset. It's really important that you identify it strongly. And step one involves pointing the finger at your person. For example, I'm upset with my twin flame because they're not loving me the way I want. Clarity really matters in this healing process. Keep step one very simple. Keep it down to one sentence. Rephrase it as many times as you need to really simplify and reduce it. The simpler it is, the better. Don't be writing out pages and pages. Just a few words is enough. And then in step two, keep it equally brief. Reflect that upset back to yourself. So you're turning "they made me feel this way" to "I made myself feel this way." I'm upset with my twin flame because they're not loving me the way I want them to. Step two, I'm upset with myself because I'm not loving myself the way I want myself to. This reframe empowers you instead of leaving you stuck. Because if it's something that you're doing and you're owning it, then you can do something about it simply by making a new choice there. Then you've got to ask yourself, what does your heart need in this moment? What do you need in this moment? What does this hurt part of you need in this moment to feel loved right now? You've got to listen deeply to the part of yourself that feels hurt. If there's, for example, an aspect of your inner child that's crying out for something. You got to just sit with yourself, be still, stay calm, be patient with yourself, connect with your inner child and ask them what they want to say to you. And it might take quite a few minutes for your inner child to perhaps pluck up the courage to actually speak and express what they need, especially if there's a pattern of them, the inner child, being silenced. So just sit with yourself with loving presence and compassion and hold space for this part of yourself until this part of yourself feels safe in communicating what they need. It's particularly crucial at this point not to shame or ignore this part of yourself. Be compassionate. And then that part of you will always tell you what they're needing from you right now, what kind of love they're needing right now. It might be unconditional love, it might be loving kindness, it might be compassion, it might be consideration. Whatever it is, then picture in your mind's eye giving that part of yourself the energy of the feeling that it's asking for. Doing this will start to dissolve the pain instantly. Sit with yourself, giving yourself what you need. Keep delivering the love here for as long as you need to for the bad feeling to dissolve. It's okay if it takes a little while. And remember how essential compassion for yourself is in this practice. If you're trying to heal with judgment or criticism, it's not going to work. You can let that one go now. It's gentleness that it makes the healing complete. I saw a quote the other day. It said, "I've never seen a traumatized child that needed even more tough love." And practicing the mirror exercise daily will make everything shift with your twin. You'll notice the old familiar patterns falling away. The fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment, the limiting beliefs about love, beliefs in not being able to have real love, beliefs in not being good enough or worthy of this love. All those things are barriers to union, and you're taking them down piece by piece, and your twin flame will naturally reflect your newfound peace back to you more and more. Patience also plays a big role in the healing process. You can't rush your feelings away. Please don't skip over any uncomfortable feelings or skim the surface. This part of you is really needing you to be really thorough with your self-love. Self-love is never something to be skimped on. Be really generous with yourself because you are worth taking the time to love really thoroughly. And the more you honor the process, the more you build deeper trust in yourself. Don't jump out when the healing's half complete, because that's another choice of self-abandonment. You stay with yourself here until you've completely dissolved the bad feeling. That makes the difference between real healing and spiritual bypassing. It doesn't matter that it's repetitive sometimes. It doesn't matter that the feelings are uncomfortable. If you can face all the bad feelings and lean into them and sit with them until they dissolve, then that is real healing. Surface level fixes might distract you from these feelings temporarily, but it doesn't cure these feelings, it doesn't release these feelings, so they're still going to be there, they're not going to go away, they're still going to stand between you and your desires. And make sure you're celebrating your progress in your healing. You'll receive signs that you're integrating love more and more fully. First of all, you'll feel better. You'll know when you've completely moved through an upset and healed it. Every aspect of your life will start to get better and better because you won't be resisting your good anymore. Not in your twin flame union, not in your finances, not in your social life, not in your creative life. Everything's going to start improving. Everything's going to start getting easier. Old triggers that used to be so distressing won't bother you so much, and there'll come a point where they no longer bother you at all, because you no longer have upsets in that place. And give yourself a pat on the back for how far you've already come, how much you've already healed. Do not deny yourself the celebration you deserve, even when a apparently small miracle happens. The more you can acknowledge your growth, the more you can strengthen your faith in your union. Ending separation in your union is always going to start with ending separation in yourself. Because if there's no separation from self, there'll be no separation from your twin flame. Loving yourself will bring you closer and closer to your twin, because you're dissolving everything that kept union away. You're putting out a magnetic energy that's going to attract your twin flame, not a low frequency energy that pushes them away. And things will get more and more harmonious between you. So your person is your perfect mirror. Every trigger they bring up in you is an opportunity to heal, move closer to union, and receive everything that's for you. The beauty of this practice is that it changes your energy instantly and shifts your entire union in the same moment. When you meet yourself with compassion, the charge dissolves. You no longer need your twin flame to fix the feeling for you because you've already chosen love within. And as a result, your twin flame will naturally reflect that peace and love back to you.